What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to FBA Capital. And today I'm bringing you guys another daily range case study on none other than NAS100. And without further ado, let's get right on into this breakdown. So first things first, we already have the Asian session marked up, but we're going to start off by getting the previous day's high, which is going to be right here, the previous day's high. Then we got the previous day's low down here. And as you can see, the previous day's high did get ran through. So obviously today was a bullish day. So that is the first thing. And then we're going to get the 12 a.m. open right here. Just like that. Now we have our 3-point outline, the 12 a.m. open, along with Asian session range and the previous day's highs and lows. So the first thing you guys want to realize is the previous day's high did get ran through. Previous day's low did not. It was a bullish day. And now there's going to be a few areas in price that I want you to pay attention to. I want you to pay attention to this high, this high, this high, this low, and this low right here. Those are going to be the ideal points that we're going to go over. We're going to start off with this area right here. Why is this important? So for one, if you look at this, at what time did this happen? This move happened at 3:30 in the morning. Price came below the 12 a.m. open at 3:30 in the morning as it was trading within this 11,500 area right in here. But also, if you look to the left, what happened with this candle? It came down and ran the low of the short term. Wow, I keep pressing the wrong button. It ran the low of this short term low to his left right in here. Make that right there. It ran it. Then from here, it created that low of the day. Created the low of the day during London session at 3:30 in the morning below the 12 a.m. open. As it was holding this 11,500 big figure level right in there. So now let's annotate that. We have the low of the day at 3:30 a.m. at 11,500. Along with a false break of a low. And if you also look, we are below 12 a.m. open. Just like that. Now I'm going to go to a higher time frame like the hour and 4 hour. Alright, I think we're good. I was just looking to see what price did in this area, but I think what it did, nah. Okay, that's all the confirmations that we have for this area right here. I was checking if there was any more. Matter of fact, we might actually have one, guys, right here. From this low, the low of the Asian session, to the high, that is the point that we had this retracement. So let's pull it, fib, boom. Look at this, extra confirmation with the fib long. Now, mind you, you didn't need to look for that fib long. This is just extra confirmation. I knew there was another confirmation, and I have OCD, so I just wanted to find it real quick. So we had this low of the day at 3:30 in the morning, which is London session, when price came below the 12 a.m. open and was holding above 11,500. Then we also had a false break of the short-term low to the left, and we traded into this fib long at 3:30 in the morning, and that's where we pushed and we made this short-term high up here at 7 in the morning. Now, why is this high going to be important? Because this is the high that we're going to use for our London continuation. So right here we have the New York session high at 7 a.m. we had this New York session high. We created this area and price right here, these equal highs, and then price ran above it over here. So this was ideally going to be a target right here. We're going to keep our eyes. This was our main target right up here, these highs. So we made this high during the early, New York session. We made the low during the early London. So from this low and this high, that is where we're going to be pulling our fib. Now this is going to be the important fib, because this is going to be the move that you're trying to catch during your session that you're trading, which is the New York session that I trade. Right in here is where you would have got the ideal setup. Why is it ideal? Because price ran below, traded into this fair value gap on the 15-minute time frame right in here. So from this low, this candle's wick right there to this candle's wick right in here. This is the fair value gap that I was looking for price to trade into. Now also keep in mind, that's not the only confirmation. You have that fair value gap along with this fib long. Also, we have this 1, 2, 3 down consecutive candles, which is going to be our bullish order block right here. Pull it on over, and you can see how price was generally respecting this area. So now let's annotate this because it might look a little bit confusing right now. So let's annotate it. At what time? 9:45. So time of day, 9:45 a.m. We had the fib long along with the fair value gap filled. Didn't get filled fully, but it damn near filled the whole thing. So this, I'm gonna count this as filling it in. Then we also had, what would that be? We're on a 45-minute order block, 45-minute bullish order block, and then we also had the Asian range 50%, just like that. And if you don't know what the Asian range 50% is, if you get the 50% of the Asian range right over here, look right in there, right at that 11,500 area. That's where it came into. But mind you, nothing is gonna be perfect. At a bug, what the fuck? Nothing's gonna be perfect, but you could just see how this 11,500 area has a lot of orders being stacked within it. If you just go back in time, you can see how price respects it. So obviously this was an important level. So in my opinion, I was looking to go long when price came down just slightly a little bit because I had a lot of confirmations here, but I ended up getting in this trade somewhere a little bit higher and then ended up getting stopped break even for that long trade. If you were watching it this morning on the live, then you would know. But for the most part, today was a pretty good day. And then from here, price then started to kind of consolidate, had to push higher and clear these highs over here. That was an important part. But then over here is where we cleared this previous day's high. Previous day's high finally got cleared. At what time? This was at 15:45, so 2:45. Is it 3:45? So at 3:45, we had the previous day's high targeted, just like that. We had a small retracement, and if I were to pull a fib from this low to this high, I don't even know if this would be a 38.20% rejection. Nope, not even a 38.20% rejection. So no need to have that. And then we ended up getting the high of the day right up here at 11,800. This is where price is going to be closing off on in about 35 minutes. But we have 11,800. That is where we got the high of the day. At what time? Literally about 23, so 11 o'clock. So at 11 p.m., we got the high of the day at 11,800. Now there might be other confirmations, so let's go to a higher time frame. Doesn't look like there's anything over here, but we did clear this high over here, which was last week's high. So we cleared last week's high. That's also something I want to keep in mind. The previous week's high did get ran through right there. Let me see if those are the confirmation to the left. Didn't tap into it. Yeah, I think that's the only confirmation right there. But as you can see right here, that weekly high did get ran through right here. So this was the ideal target that we were talking about in the Telegram. So of course, if you're watching this video, weekly high did getting targeted as we were expecting. And yeah, that's really all it was for today for the most part. So now let me get the schematic. So we had the Asian session range, London session, then made the low of the day before pushing, making the New York session high before having a retracement. That ideally would have been the move that you would have been wanting to catch. Why? Because this high up here, these highs would have been the target along with the previous day's high, but this would have been the first target right here. Then from here, price came down, had another retracement before eventually just continuing to the top side. So for the most part, today was just a bullish day. The setup that happened was a bullish London continuation. And as I've noticed this week we had a lot of London continuation setups. Recently, it's been a lot of reversals, but every week's different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this in the Telegram. So if you're not in the Telegram already, make sure you join that. And that's really it. That's all I have for you guys for today. So if you enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful in any way, shape, or form, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't already, make sure you share the video with a friend. And also make sure you join the Telegram. We're about to hit 360 members. And also, before anything, let me just show you guys the Ethereum so far, because if you guys are in Telegram, you would have been. Let me get these off. I was just putting random shit on here when I was bored. But what you call it? If you guys are in the Telegram, you would have known I talked about this Ethereum trade. Not even trade. It's a long-term hold that I'm doing. I'm holding Ethereum long-term to see how high we can go. I'm trying to see if we can get to all-time highs. So I'm gonna hold it. But as of right now, I did get my position in at 916. That's when I caught it out. And as you can see, right now we're at 1149. So from when I got in, I am up already about 25%, which is not bad at all, especially for only being within a week. So 25% return on investment already. So if you're not in Telegram, join that. I'm telling you. But that's really it. Appreciate everyone for watching this video. If, like I said, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. See you all soon. Stay productive, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning.